Hello everyone! Welcome to my first YouTube Tuesday Live. I'm Jessica Brigden of Jess B Creative Cardiology, and I thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm so excited. This has been a project that's just about a year in the making. I really started working on my YouTube channel back on June 21st of 2019. So we're just about a year in, and YouTube gave me permission to go live here by mobile device. So I'm super excited for that opportunity and really grateful to be able to bring you another series of videos. So these will be my YouTube Tuesday series every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I am in upstate New York, USA. So yeah, thank you. All right, so today I'm super excited. We are going to be playing with a brand new product medley from Stampin Up. This is the Boho Indigo product medley. Okay, so just came out, just got my order in, and I'm excited to start playing with this. All right, so bear with me here because I'm not fully comfortable with YouTube's lives and how the cameras work and everything like that, but my plan is here to shift the camera so that it points down at my work surface, and then you can actually follow along as I make the cards. All right, I do want to remind you too, I see we do have a couple of people watching, so that's super excited. If you can, leave me some comments, definitely give me some thumbs up. And if you do leave comments, then I will actually do a drawing. I'll announce next Tuesday a winner from the drawing from this week's live for somebody to win the cards that I'm making today. So I thought that would be kind of fun. I do have to put a disclaimer though that I will be sending these within the United States. So if you're outside the US, then I'm so glad that you found my channel and that you're here, but to participate in the drawing, I actually do need you to be here in the US. So, all right, so bear with me here. I'm gonna flip around and we'll really get started. Okay. All right, so far so good. Get my camera here in place. All right, let me know if you have any issues seeing anything. Here I am, Jessica Brigden of Jess B Creative Cardiology. If you ever want to get a hold of me, oh hey Pam, hello my sweet friend here in North Carolina. Happy Tuesday to you too. All right, so if you ever want to get a hold of me, the information is here on my mat, but you can also click on the About Me section of my channel, and on there you can link to all my different social media, and you can even send me a private email and things like that. Oh, hello, we have a new viewer here from Canada as well. Wonderful. So like I said, we are going to use the new Boho Indigo product medley from Stampin Up. I really love this medley. It is a great value, and it is here in the brand new catalog. It is on page 9. Okay, so you get everything you see pictured. You get a full stamp set. You get 48 sheets of 6x6 designer series paper. You get 2 full spools of ribbon. Hey Anita, you made it. You also get some really cute little flower embellishments, which we'll play with today. And then in addition to all of that, there are also some really cool die cuts in this kit, as well as a full set of dies to cut out the stamped images. So great value. It is $70 for everything. And the cool thing is there is also a refill available for the paper pack and accessories, which is pretty cool. Okay, so for the first card, I thought we would go something fairly traditional with these pretty vases here. So I am starting with some very vanilla cardstock, some Night of Navy. Hey Diana, oh, your first time viewing, that's awesome. Thank you so much. And then I pulled in some of this gorgeous designer series paper. I'm going to use this particular, I say vase, but you could say vase if you want to sound, a little more sophisticated because it's so pretty. They're really gorgeous, but I thought the flowers matched here. All right, so with our very vanilla US measurements here, we are starting with a half sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, so it's 5.5 by 8.5. And usually when I do a card base, I use the thick very vanilla, but I had just the regular on hand, so that is why I have not pre-scored this. When you're using the thicker cardstock, you definitely want to pre-score. Hey, Denise. Wow, awesome. Woohoo, we've got people from all over. Wonderful. And Kathy from Minnesota. Denise from, where is this? Georgia. Woo, wow. Exciting. Okay, so this is our half sheet of cardstock folded here. So our first layer, we're going to do some Night of Navy as our layer. So this is 4 by 5.25, and we're going to go ahead and glue that on. I'm going to use the new Stampin' Seal adhesive. It's got a good grip, so if you do have trouble holding, you can see the difference in size from our typical snail. It's double, and it's got better grippers. And I think this will avoid the confusion. I always told my stampers bumpy side up for the snail, but I think this is a little more intuitive that you just grab on. Okay, so we're gonna just get it started here. Apply our adhesive on all sides. I like to make sure my cards stick together and stay stuck. When you are sending a card to someone, you don't want it to fall apart on you. And you know what? I realized I left my air conditioner running, so if you've been having trouble hearing me, that's because I forgot to shut the air conditioner unit off. It is about 90, it's gonna be 90 degrees here in upstate New York today. And my house gets very, very hot. So I had a little air going. All right, hey Kim. All right, so our next layer, and let me show you some of these gorgeous patterns here. You use so many different choices. The primary colors are very vanilla and Night of Navy, but there's so many fun patterns here. You get, 6 sheets? I don't know, you get a whole bunch of each particular pattern. So you don't have to worry about not having enough for a class or whatever you're using. Yeah, there's some really fun die cuts, all kinds of really cool patterns here, as well as some embossed pieces. I'm going to show you those on the next card. All right, so lots and lots of fun there. So again, we're going to just go ahead and glue this down as well. Okay, and hopefully I'm not missing any of your comments. Hello, Sharon. All right, she is from, where's that, Virginia? Very cool. All right, so beautiful. So this layer was 3 3/4 by 5. So I did everything just 1/4 of an inch smaller. I like to work in 1/4 of an inch because it's just much easier to try to measure that way. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is a little panel here to present my vase and the flowers. So these are the Night of Navy piece. This is 2 3/4 by 4. So 2 3/4 by 4. And this layer of very vanilla is 2.5 by 3 3/4. So I'm not going to glue these down quite yet. I will be adding some ribbon. And when it comes to stamping for this particular piece, I'm actually going to stamp directly on my very vanilla. And if I mess it up, I want the opportunity to be able to flip it over and use the other side. All right, so with paper, you always have a second chance. Okay, so I've got my vase here. I am using Stampin' Block C. And I'm going to use some Night of Navy cardstock. And this stamp set, I just pulled it out. I've been kind of showcasing some of the elements. I have not used it yet. So before I get started here, one want to give my stamp I want to clean it just a little bit. With it being a photopolymer stamp set, sometimes they have a little bit of that oily residue on them from manufacturing, and that could prevent your stamped image from coming out as clear as you would like it. So I've just roughed it up a little bit. Now I can go ahead and ink it. Looks like I've got a good coverage there. And I am going to stamp this right about in the center. I'm just eyeballing it here. Hey, Susan from Florida. Yay, you finally caught me live. I know, isn't it so exciting? I think it's just awesome that I'm able to be here on YouTube. Not everybody's on Facebook and vice versa. So this just gives me another opportunity to connect with all of you. So I did go ahead and clean this real quick. Sometimes those bluer inks, they will leave a little bit of a purple stain, but that's okay. That's why I want to clean that quick and then not have to worry about it. So this came out really nice. I'm going to add, I think I'm going to add a little bit in this paper, in this medley here. You get 2 full spools of ribbon. You get this gorgeous Night of Navy grosgrain. It's about a 1/2 inch, and it's got cool little frayed edges on it. And then you also have this crinkled gold ribbon here. It's really, really pretty. So I think on this card, it's a little fancier. I'm going to use the gold, but I'm gonna layer this too. I wanna make sure that my panel, when you layer it, it's a little bit firmer, gives your ribbon a little bit more stability to hold on to here. So I'm gonna layer those because my stamping came out good. All right, so lay that over. I'm gonna cut it just a little bit, about a 1/2 inch longer on each side. So there we go. So that is, what did I say that was? 2 3/4. So you want about 3.5 inches of ribbon. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of the adhesive here where my ribbon is going to go. I like to conserve my supplies, make them last as far as they can. And when you're adding ribbon to a card, you want to make sure nobody wants the ends sticking out the edge. Nobody wants a frayed edge there. Hey, Lisa, wow, long time no see, that is for sure. Lisa used to live in New York, and she was on my Stampin' team for a while, and then she's made several moves out of state and all around, and wow, that's exciting. I'm so glad you popped in to say hi. That is awesome. All right, and let's see, ribbon is stuck down good. I want to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. Let's just secure it just a little bit more. Put a dimensional there in the middle. We don't want our card caving in. Okay, and you can never have too many dimensionals. Love those. All right, so now we're going to position this on the front of our card. I'm giving about 1 inch border all the way around. So pretty. We've got our ribbon secure. Now I'm gonna take a second piece and actually just leave it right here on the spool. I'm gonna thread it under and tie a little knot. Actually, do I want a knot? Let's see. Do I want a knot or do I want to add a little label? I don't think I like the label. I'm going to go with the knot. I don't know. Sometimes you don't know until you get in the middle of crafting, right? All right, so pull that nice and tight. Then we'll trim it back. All right, so far so good. And now I'm going to get my mini glue dots ready because I'm going to use this gorgeous little flower embellishments. Oh, Diane says she's definitely getting that stamp set. Yeah, so if I did a good job, then I've become a good enabler here. So you get my medley came with 2 packages of these fun little flowers. Now these they're a felt texture, And they've got a little, I want to say it's like a crumb cake, a neutral colored bead that is stuck there in the middle. So the back side looks just like that. So super easy to do. Just to add little mini glue dots. And remember, when you're using glue dots, you want to stick your flowers to the dot. That does make them easier to peel off. And that way you avoid boogie dots on your fingers. Okay, nobody likes a boogie. So we're gonna position these. Oh, I love the way it's coming together. Just like so. We'll add a third. Oops, see? Okay, dots are strong right on top. What do you guys think? Oh, hey, Teresa from sunny California and Jackie from the UK. Awesome. So what do you guys think? This is the very first card I did, and I used the little flower embellishments to kind of mimic the stamped flowers here. But with these cards I'm showing you, really, with everything you get in the medley, I've added some vanilla cardstock, some Night of Navy cardstock, and I've added in my Night of Navy ink pad. Oh, Denise, thank you. Okay, so that's the first one. Now, it is Tuesday, and Tuesdays kind of rhyme with technique. So I thought I would show you more of a, I don't know if I want to say stepped up, but something a little non-traditional. Oh yes, Sharon recommended we could stamp the flowers and color them with our blends. Yeah, you could even, because the blends are an alcohol base, you could color the little flowers here and make them any color that you wanted. Oh, that's a good idea. I'm already envisioning maybe some Melon Mambo, or how about the new Magenta Madness? Just like a cool pop of pink would look awesome with that navy. So here I've paired it with my absolute favorite color, Coastal Cabana. So we've got, again, our half sheet of 8.5 by 11. It's 5.5 by 8.5. I've already basically I had a card base left over, so from another project. So I've already kind of smoothed it out here. Okay, so this one, I guess we'll do that vertical as well. And what I need to do, I'm gonna pull out, so another use for the little, your medley comes all together in this little plastic baggie with a cardboard support. So use for this cardboard in your packaging is it helps protect your work surface when you're getting messy. All right, so I'm gonna stick with a little bit of the original, and that I'm also going to layer some Night of Navy onto this. So a 4 by 5.25 piece of Night of Navy that we're, gonna stick down here. Okay, so far I'm liking this Stampin' Seal, but I'm not totally, there is a little bit of a learning curve. I haven't totally mastered that yet. I've only been playing with it for a couple days. All right, so we've got our 4 by 5.25. Love the contrast of Coastal Cabana and Night of Navy. Okay, so this time, out of this gorgeous Boho Indigo paper medley, I'm going to use one of the embossed sheets. So there's several pre-embossed sheets of cardstock in here, which is kind of cool. It's great if you don't have any kind of machine to emboss, but on the other hand, if you do, it just kind of saves you a little bit of a step. So if you guys can see, this one has a bit of a diamond pattern on here. And move my good projects out of the way. I'm gonna pull in this time a Coastal Cabana ink pad. And I'm going to use a sponge dauber. Now the sponge daubers, they are in the accessories section of the Stampin' Up catalog. They come, if I can find that section real quick. Every time we get a new catalog, I have to relearn where they've put everything. Okay, good thing is there's actually an index in the back for the accessories by alphabetical order. So if I look up sponges, daubers, okay, 147. All right, so these are hiding here in the middle of the page, number 17, sponge daubers. You get 5 daubers for $5. All right, so I pulled out one. They're kind of fun little finger puppets here. I'm going to ink up my dauber on my Coastal Cabana ink pad, and then very gently in a swirling motion, I'm going to apply some of that ink. How cool is this? All right, so just lightly, it's making a little noise. Can you guys hear that? My sponge is squeaky. All right, so I'm gonna do this all over just to highlight that pattern. So you can tell there is a indented side. I'm doing the raised embossed section. Okay, so just all over here. I'm sorry, I've never heard them make these squeaky noises before. All right, I am blending this a little bit. I don't want little dots showing from my dauber. I want it to blend all over a little bit more here. And the cool thing is if you go light, you can always go back over it and make it darker if you want. Okay. So just kind of all over. And then another cool thing to do is then come down the edges and ink those too. So it's a neat way to do it without having to add another layer of cardstock, but it just kind of frames it in real nicely. So I'm just coming down the edges. Okay. All right, I'm doing all the way around. So what I do with my daubers is I like to essentially designate one for each color. If you're using colors that are similar, you could use one daubers for like reds, one for greens, one for blues. This Coastal Cabana color is kind of a color on its own. You could maybe do Bermuda Bay along with that and get a little more use out of it, but they're inexpensive enough that you could use a whole bunch. And if you really wanted to, you could rinse this out and just let it dry real well. Okay, so we've got our all over background for our Coastal Cabana here. It's kind of funny. That makes that squeaky noise. And all right, I don't think I want to glue it down quite yet. Oh, Anita says she always washes her daubers. Okay, yeah. So whatever works for you, could experiment with that in a couple different ways. Okay, so with this, I'm pulling in just a scrap of the Coastal Cabana because I'm going to stamp my vase right on that. This is a cool way to get like a colored background without, just stamping it once. So what I want to do, let's see here. Let's just do one. I'm going to stamp it this way because this piece is big enough I could actually stamp a couple. So I'm going to stamp it on here first. Ooh, striking, right? Love that. Okay, so we're going to do it once, and now in this, like I said, the whole medley comes with everything. So there's a die that perfectly matches our stamp here. So I've got my magnetic platform here. The cool thing, all the Stampin' Up dies, they work with whatever machine you've got. Stampin' Up will be launching their own new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine in the future, but as of right now, we do not have a release date for that. So just be reassured that whatever machine you do have will work with these, okay? All right, so I'm gonna just make a quick run through, a little snap, crackle, pop. And then pop this out. Gorgeous. Oops, it's sticking. You can tell my plates are pretty well worn. Okay, so then we've got this. All right, I'm gonna move some of these things. Too many things. Is your craft table like that? Too many things going at once. All right, so this time I know I want to use this other ribbon. I wanted to kind of try that out and see how it goes. So, let's see. I don't think I quite want to do that. Do I want to do something like this? What do you guys think? Or maybe I should just kind of do it like that, or I could even turn it. But I don't think I like the diamonds going the other way. So let's stick with vertical. Yeah, I definitely want to use this fun new ribbon. So let me cut this. This is a little bit wider here. Again, about a 1/2 inch wider on each end than my card base. So do I want just one here, or I think it needs a little bit more, something substantial, because I don't want the ribbon to overpower the card. So let me cut a little layer of navy as well, since we were working on that. So what did we say? 2 3/4 by 4. Yeah, that might work on the edge. All right, and then I'll do a piece of vanilla too, just so we can see how it looks. So I had done 2 3/4 by 4. So my vanilla piece needs to be 2 1/2 by 3 3/4. 2 1/2 by 3 3/4. Okay. So let's see if I layer these together. I did that. Yeah, we can kind of go with a similar design, right? And that way you can see essentially the same card, just 2 different ways. I think that'll work. Let's go with that. Okay, so I'm gonna glue this down. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna glue these together first because we're gonna pop them with some dimensionals. Let's see here. So this time, if I put my vase on with some dimensionals too, oops, toss those dots. All right, let's see where I want that. I think I want to move it up a little bit higher because I'm going to use this ribbon, and that takes up a little bit more room. Okay, so we'll go with something like that. Put some adhesive, come on here, on the back that hold my ribbon in place. All right, so I cut too much ribbon. Save that for another project, right? Woohoo! Okay, so let's put our dimensionals on. Whoa, I got 2 there. Let's save one. I don't want it falling off the bottom, so we're gonna move it in a little bit closer. And a 5th in the middle. Okay. Alrighty here, so we'll put that in. So we kind of see 2 different ways. All right, Michelle is asking if I played much with the Seal Plus. I did test it out. Actually, if you look back at the unboxing video that I did on Friday. So what is that? 4 days ago. I did, in my unboxing, I did show the Seal and the Seal Plus. Basically, the containers are shaped exactly the same. Seal is this lighter kind of coastal cabana color, and the Seal Plus is a dark navy. And so the dispensers are the same. This, you can feel, like even with the Seal, you can feel how much stronger the bond is than Snail. And the Seal Plus is like super duper hold there. It's very much like the fast fuse that we had. But if you can use one, then the other is really cool to have for boxes and different things. So I haven't made any 3D projects yet where I've needed a super strong hold, but I definitely ordered each one, and I ordered a refill for them too, just so that I could play with it. All right, let's see how this ribbon ties here. Let's see if this is too much or... All right, I'm gonna pull it really tight, but it is kind of fun how fluffy this is. All right, I'm gonna cut this at an angle. Well, this is definitely the artsy card, right? Okay, let's, all right, you know, that would be cool. Somebody had mentioned using the blends on those little flowers. So what did I do with my little flowers? Let me pull out 3 of these and my scrap here. All right, so again, I'm gonna pull out 3 flowers, and bear with me a minute. I'm gonna grab my blends. Now, we don't have a coastal cabana, but we do have Bermuda Bay. Okay, so bear with me. I grabbed my little blend bin. I have the beautiful storage to keep them all nice, but then I keep wanting to run and grab them and have quick access to pull them out. So this is the dark Bermuda Bay. I think that's gonna be too dark. That's the light, but I wanted to check. All right, that's the light Pool Party. If I can find my dark Pool Party, I think it'd be better to start light and then go darker. So let's see if I can find it. All right, not sure. Let's start with the Pool Party just to see how that works. Okay, so that's super light, but I think against that it's starting to show up good. All right, we'll do a test. And then the dark Bermuda is gonna be way too dark for this. Let's see, and then this is the light. All right, to me, that's almost a little too green. So we're gonna save that for another project. Let me grab in an extra little flower. Good thing they come with a whole bunch. Diane Graves says a contrasting color may be cool. Well, that is true. Let's see here, what have I got? Flirty Flamingo. Okay, so I can always use this on another project if I... Oh, you know what? I just got my Magenta Madness blends. I haven't even used those yet. You guys are making me run today. Okay, so the new Magenta Madness blends. Let's try the lightest one with those. I love the new packaging that they're packaged together in the duo. Let's see that. Okay. We're gonna go through a bunch of these. All right, let's try this. Ooh, okay. That is actually pretty cool. It's like super fluorescent. I'm trying not to get any ink on the little ribbon because it will actually transfer. So what do you guys think? Should I do the Magenta Madness. Should I go ahead? I'm gonna do finish coloring this one with, oops, it's sticking to my finger, with the Pool Party here. I think I need another Pool Party marker. So what do you guys think? That's the Pool Party. That's the magenta. All right, so Sharon says Magenta Madness looks good. So what do you guys think? Should I do like 3 Magenta Madness flowers? Should I do that? We'll make like a little bouquet of the Magenta Madness. I'm gonna make sure to put my cap here on my Pool Party. Yeah, Susan agrees with the Magenta Madness. Okay. All right. So, and Diane says a mix. Okay. I can see we could be making color combinations all day long. All right, let's, if I were gonna do a mix, what would I add? Like a yellow? Maybe some, do I want daffodil? Let's try that. Okay, so we'll kind of lay it out as a mix and see how that looks. And you can vote otherwise. So here's a magenta, a daffodil, and the Pool Party. So do you guys think mix or... All right, Kathy says, how would it look with more flowers? I definitely could. Let's see here. If I did more, we can just kind of experiment here. What these might look like. Oh, you know what? There's 2 different sizes. That's why there's 2 things of flower. I'm like, why are these so much bigger? All right, that's what's going on. So I'm gonna do, I like the bigger flowers for this. So that's, who knew? You get a package of the bigger ones and a package of the little ones. All right, so I'm gonna just kind of keep my little ones back in here. Michelle says she likes the mix. Doris likes the mixed. Susan likes the mixed. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the mixed, but I'm going to color the bigger flowers. I'm gonna save these little mixed ones. I'm gonna just put them right back in the baggie. Okay, so, all right. So we're just brushing this on. Make sure I get the ends. Okay, so we've got our Daffodil Delight. Then we have our new Magenta Madness. I absolutely love this color. But can you tell I like the brights? Coastal Cabana, magenta, anything beachy and tropical. All right, I'm gonna have to wash my hands good when I'm done. And the Pool Party, although if we're going that dark on those, makes me wonder if we should pull in, right, that's not the right color, that's mint macaron. Should I pull in perhaps the Bermuda Bay and go a little bit darker on that? I'm kind of thinking that maybe I should. Well, okay, here it is. I finally found the darker Pool Party, so let's start with that. Oh yeah, okay, perfect. So before I was using the light Pool Party, oops, and my finger is transferring. So let's go with the darker here. And if you're not careful, you'll have the Pool Party and the magenta and your flowers will turn purple. So I'm gonna go over that a little bit. And then we'll grab our glue dots. Where are they hiding? Somewhere here on this. They're not in the box. What did I do with them? They got hidden underneath my blends. Okay, so let's go ahead. We'll add on yellow. Let's put that over there. And then let's do the magenta. We'll put this on the other side here. Oops. So I'm noticing we might have to let these dry for just a little bit. Okay. Watch your fingers. Let me see if I can wipe those off real quick. Okay, so keep your chamois handy. And then we'll do the pool party. Get right up under there. Right on the top. All right, super fun. I like it. What do you guys think? All right, so we use the, I love it. Perfect, thank you guys. All right, so we have our traditional classic version, and then we've got our technique. We've got our sponge embossed accent of color here with our coastal cabana, and then colored our larger flowers with the with the dark pool party, the daffodil delight, and the light magenta madness blends for a pop of color there. All right, awesome. And my timer is showing me we have been chatting here for about 40 minutes. So I appreciate your love. Thank you guys so much for your support here of my very first YouTube Tuesday Live. I'm super excited. And yes, so appreciate your comments. Join me again next Tuesday and I will announce the winner of these fun cards. Thank you guys so much. Make sure that you share and make sure that you give me thumbs up. And make sure too that you're subscribed to my channel and hit that notification so that you receive notification of when I do go live next Tuesday. All right, thank you guys so much. Have a beautiful afternoon or evening, day, whatever time it is where you are. And thanks so much. Bye-bye.